So good morning, everyone. It's good to see some familiar faces and some smiley faces in the audience today. If you don't know me, I'm Lee Corbett. I run the ISV and SaaS Recruit team in the UK. And in that role, I get to meet lots of new startups, ISVs, partners and customers, and get to talk to them about how cloud marketplaces are transforming both the buying and selling of B2B software. That transformation I just talked about is perfectly articulated by Jay McBain at Canalys, who talks about cloud marketplaces becoming the epicenters of both partnerships, co-selling, and co-innovation, which is ultimately driving that customer success that we need. And with the advent of cloud marketplaces, it's the first time we've seen that perfect alignment of both value and incentivization across the entire B2B software process. Today, the Microsoft customers see the value and are incentivized to buy via cloud marketplaces. Our ISVs see the value and are incentivized to sell via cloud marketplaces. And now our channel partners see the value and our ISVs can incent them to sell their solutions via cloud marketplace. And lastly, the Microsoft sales teams see the value and you can incentivize them to sell your solutions. And over the next 20 minutes, my plan is to quickly run through an introduction to our co-sell model, the momentum that we see so far, and then I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide to maximize the return on investment on any co-selling strategy that you've got. Now, earlier on today, Jason gave you an overall picture of the momentum we see around marketplaces. When you combine that momentum with the 35,000 Microsoft sellers that we have globally, it means you have 35,000 sellers helping you educate and enable your customers on marketplace, and secondly, helping them close your deals. And we see that play out in the numbers. Today, we see 100% growth in marketplace build sales year on year. We see 110% growth in MACC customer spend on marketplace year on year. Now, to meet that demand, we've seen a huge influx of supply with 43% growth in ISV solutions, getting transactable on our marketplace and getting to that seller incentivization. Now, tightly coupled with that co-sell motion is our MACC motion, our seller motion for MACCs. MACCs, or Microsoft Azure consumption commitments, commit our customers to Azure spend over a 3-year period. In exchange for that, we provide them with both discounts and incentives and benefits. One of the most used benefits is the ability to decrement 100% of any marketplace purchases from their MACC agreement. That provides a huge incentive on our customers, and we see that whether that's a direct sale via marketplace or via our MPO channel. We see that play out in our numbers. Today, 80% of all MACCs customers buy via marketplace. In the UK, we've seen a 29% increase year on year in the number of MACCs. So this opportunity is going to continue to grow. You should see those MACCs as Azure cloud commits, and there are hundreds of billions of dollars worth of cloud commits globally. And you should see it as cloud budget for spend on your application. So if you're an ISV partner today, why should you co-sell with our sales teams? Well, there are 5 reasons I see both our ISVs and their downstream channel co-sell with Microsoft sellers. The first reason, and it's pretty obvious, we operate our marketplace in over 141 countries. So we can help you reach more customers globally, gain more leads with the help of those 35,000 sellers. Secondly, we can help you close bigger deals faster. There are some partners reporting a 2x growth on their average deal size when it goes via marketplace and our co-sell teams. Thirdly, we can help you unlock that MACC budget for the purchasing of your software. Fourthly, we can help you support you on landing the overall marketplace message and that custom deal making, that private offers that you're doing with each individual customer. And lastly, we can help you understand the customer, partner, and project landscape to help build a better together story and a bigger deal for you and for us. So how do we pay our sales teams? Well, today, our customers are shifting their spend. They're shifting from building apps themselves to buying apps. Analysts state that by 2025, 30% of customers will rely purely on SaaS. And if we look at our own numbers, marketplace sales today, 90% of those sales are SaaS ISVs. So for many of our sellers, the only way they're going to make their number is by selling SaaS ISVs via Marketplace. So how do we pay them? For Azure benefit eligible solutions, we pay our sellers on the transaction amount for your software. We call that Marketplace build sales, and we pay them 30% of the annual contract value. That retires as your quota, that is uncapped, and it's annualized. The second way, if you can make your solution to our top tier status, we'll pay our sellers on the Azure revenue, the transaction influences in your Azure subscription. We call that partner reported Azure revenue. So understand these to help having those conversations with the sellers that you connect with. Now, in the room today, there are partners of all different shapes and sizes, probably of different business models, and certainly different levels of marketplace maturity. So what I thought I'd do is provide you with a quick level set on how to maximize the opportunity of co-selling with Microsoft. The first thing to say is that our sellers are looking for trusted solutions with a track record of delivering customer value and success. So how do you tap into that demand? Well, unsurprisingly, the first thing you need to do is you need to earn the right incentives and benefits to enable that. Quite simply, you need to build your SaaS solution in the Microsoft Azure. That unlocks the power of the Microsoft Cloud. The second step is to get your solution transactable on Marketplace. This opens up that B2B software commerce on a global scale. But it also unlocks a whole bunch of incentives, Marketplace rewards, and our P2P partner co-selling model. But to trigger the co-selling incentivization for our sales teams, you need to get to what we call IP co-sell ready status. Now, to do that, you need to technically validate your application, and you need to reach at least $100,000 worth of revenue, whether that's Azure revenue or Marketplace build sales. And that opens up two things. The first thing is that Microsoft seller incentivization, and the second is that customer incentivization, the ability to decrement 100% of the license cost from that customer's MACC agreement. And lastly, if you can reach that differentiated top tier status, it will open up additional incentives. Now, to do that, you either need to reach a certain Marketplace performance threshold, to sign your own MACC commitment, or to reach the new software app designations that we've just announced. Step two in the process is that in a business the size and scale of Microsoft has to have a GTM model built around a structured set of sales plays. These sales plays are either workload focused or industry focused, and they ensure that we deliver the right outcomes for our customers. Align your product messaging to one of these sales plays if you want to unlock that GTM spend, gain more seller attention, and earn more incentives that we have around these priorities. For example, in FY24, if you aligned your solution to our AI sales play, you would have seen a 700% growth in Marketplace searches for AI solutions. You would have seen 188% growth in Marketplace revenues from AI solutions last year. The next step is to map your target customers to our industries. Similar to the adoption of public cloud, Marketplace adoption has varied by industry. In the UK, our top industries are Marketplace, are financial services and retail, both with over 250% growth year on year. Understanding this alignment enables you to determine the right sales strategies and value propositions for your target customers. And I'm going to come back to that in a second. The next step is you need to map your customers to the Microsoft's customer segmentation model. This segmentation model determines how we cover customers, what resources we have aligned, how the customers often purchase, and the role of the partner ecosystem. At the top of the triangle, we see large, dedicated, industry vertical sales teams swarming accounts. At the bottom of the triangle, we see more digital, territory-based, one-to-many coverage models. Across that whole segmentation, partners play a critical role, from advisory to selling to building and supporting our customers. Now, just to reiterate the last two slides, I told you industry determines customer Marketplace propensity to buy. And secondly, I told you that segment determines the coverage model, the purchase model, and the role of partner. So build a sales strategy related to Marketplace that works for your target customers. And to help with this, we have 4 routes to market that are powered by Marketplace today. The first one is our storefront or in-product experience. That's where you'll see 5 million monthly active shoppers each month. The second one is the Microsoft sales teams. That's the 35,000 Microsoft sellers we have globally that you can incentivize to help sell your solution. Thirdly, it's the powerful partner ecosystem. It's the 500,000 Microsoft partners we have globally that you could potentially incentivize to help you accelerate your deal close. And lastly, it's the CSP partners, the CSP resellers that we have. There is 90,000 of them globally, and you could potentially incentivize them to resell your solution to specified markets. So start to think about those routes to market and work out which ones work for your target customers. For example, if you're selling in that enterprise commercial area, you might want to focus on and lead with our Microsoft sales teams. You may also want to include that MACC decrement and drive that customer incentivization. But you may also want to engage an MPO partner that is incumbent in that account, is doing software license management, software asset management, and can help accelerate your deal close. If you're selling in public sector, which is in the bottom left, which is highly regulated, why not engage an MPO partner that is on one of those public sector frameworks and can help you accelerate your deal? And lastly, if you're selling into our SMB segment, you might want to think about a more GTM-driven digital experience through our storefront and our in-product experience. But you may also want to engage a CSP partner that often owns the conversation with customers in their SMB space. Of course, there will always be exceptions to this, and I've tried to generalize just to demonstrate types of routes to market that you could explore. But I would encourage you to start to work with your Microsoft representative or your PDM and start to build a structured engagement around that. The next step in the process is to understand the customer's commercials and MACC status that they have with Microsoft. As we stated before, Azure benefit eligible offers purchased via Marketplace enable customers to decrement 100% of that license commitment. So work with the Microsoft sellers to understand the status of that specific customer. And there are two specific scenarios that you need to look for. The first one is an existing MACC, which is underspent or at risk. Now you can help that customer and help them decrement that commitment and enabling them to purchase your software via Marketplace. And you get the benefit of that pre-committed Azure budget. The second scenario, which is increasingly happening, is a new customer MACC is being negotiated or will be negotiated. By combining the purchase value of your software with the total Azure spend, you will help that customer potentially unlock additional discounts and benefits from Microsoft. And at the same time, you get that pre-committed budget as part of that MACC cycle. Now, after this session, Kristen's going to give you a deep dive on all the GTM benefits. But what I want to do is highlight the 5 benefits that I see most used around the co-sell program. And the first one, obviously, is our incentives. With incentives like Azure Growth Incentive, Marketplace Transactable Incentive, you can earn money for driving success. We ask you to reinvest that money into driving new leads, new opportunities, and therefore more co-sell opportunities that we can jointly work together on. The second one is a new benefit. It's called the Microsoft Customer Propensity Scoring Benefit. This allows you to submit lists of customers to Microsoft, and we will score and prioritize them for you based on our internal data. This will allow you to ensure that you focus on the right customers from day one. The third benefit is the Customer MACC Indicator. If you're a user of Partner Center, you might be familiar with this already. But when you submit a qualified lead or opportunity to Microsoft via our co-sell program, we will tell you at the point of entry that whether that customer has a MACC agreement or not. This ensures that you can enhance your value proposition with your customer with that knowledge and, at that time. The Azure Sponsorship Benefit gives you a range of different credits up to $400,000 based on your performance related to Marketplace bill sales. You can use that to unlock proof of concepts with customers, but also to accelerate that deal closure. Now, in preparation for this presentation, I spoke with 15 sales managers across both our industry teams and our solution teams. And I asked them, what does a good opportunity or great opportunity look for? Well, just coming off the good first, it's obvious it needs to run in Azure. It needs to be IP co-sell ready so the sellers get paid on it. Hopefully it's MACC eligible as well, that enables that customer incentivization. The opportunity is qualified, it's not a pure phishing exercise, and that information is submitted as part of the lead. You're more likely to get a response when that data is inputted into Partner Center. And lastly, you have a customer reference that supports that opportunity. But a great opportunity is one that has a marketplace first proposition. So it basically takes into consideration everything I've just told you. Secondly, there are 3 industry customer references in my geo to support that opportunity. Thirdly, there's a better together story, which hopefully will drive additional AI services or native Azure services. And fourthly, hopefully that opportunity opens up a new line of business, a new room of the house, or provides additional customer insight that we just wasn't aware of before. Fifth, ecosystem conflict is considered as part of that submission. And lastly, you provide a regular update on progress and actions. Now, what can you expect back in return? Well, the best of the Microsoft account teams will provide you with customer account intelligence and knowledge. They'll provide you stakeholder mapping, engagement, introductions. We'll provide you access to the MACC, the commercials and the budget cycles that we operate with those customers. We'll explore that partnership landscape to hopefully help you accelerate your deal close. And then we'll also look at the wider project and opportunity landscape to hopefully grow your deal. Now, hopefully that kind of step-by-step process illustrates how you can maximize the co-sell opportunity with Microsoft. Today, there are thousands of ISVs working with our sellers around Marketplace. They're benefiting from new opportunities, deal acceleration, and growth in average deal size. 3 that I'm going to highlight to you today is Dynatrace, a leading observability platform. They believe marketplace deals are 2x larger than their own direct sales. Prophecy, an enterprise data management ISV, has seen marketplaces grow in the last 12 months by 800% year on year. And lastly, Wiz, one of the fastest growing cloud native SaaS ISVs, states that 70% of all their revenues go through cloud marketplaces today. Now, there are tons of resources available to help you on this journey, and we'll provide access to all of these slides and the links that you need. I'd encourage you to work with your PDM, your Microsoft representative, or come and connect with one of the Microsoft team in the networking area later on. But what I wanted to do in this presentation is where I started. Co-selling on Marketplace is all about driving customer success. To bring that to life, I want to share this video from RSA, a leading UK financial services customer who are seeing huge success with Marketplace. RSA are transforming their B2B software procurement with the help of the Microsoft account team and Microsoft's Cloud Marketplace. So it's a big thank you from me, and let's roll the video.
Humans have always been seekers, pushing boundaries to build the structures that endure the passage of time and embrace the future. RSA is an insurance company. It's been around 300 years. And to protect these engineering marvels in today's digital world, access to data at speed is super important. The reason we came to Microsoft Commercial Marketplace was because we needed to consume technology at pace, making it simpler, smarter and faster. Our legacy type of procurement, we just consume those services as a bit of a black box.
There's a lot of red tape, a lot of hurdles, keeping track of everything you have in an Excel sheet or multiple Excel sheets. But with the marketplace, with a click of a button, procure those in very minimal steps. The charges for the marketplace go on our Azure invoice that we get every month. I can put it in an Azure subscription. The cost is in there, who the owner is, what cost center, and where that needs to get charged. That cost can flow through into our monthly, quarterly, and annual forecasting cycles.
One of the things we wanted to do is to get greater control of our cloud spend. We got a greater level of discount from Microsoft.
Any spend that we do on the marketplace fulfills our commitment.
The marketplace enabled us to have direct conversations with partners. It does create a more personal relationship. They understand our goals, our strategies, our beliefs, our direction, and they're really bought into the values of RSA as an organisation. Now that we don't spend so much time managing and procuring our technology, we can start to do what we do best. Use our expertise to support our customers by safeguarding what they care about today and what they envision for tomorrow.